Hello, beautiful souls. So, on this beautiful day of Vesak full moon day of the Jayanthi, I just wanted to come on here to share one message that I received during a client session that I had today morning. And my client was really encouraging me to share this message with all of you because she found it so beautiful and joyful, right? So here I am. And Lord Buddha's energies were so present during the session today. So I feel really grateful as well. So, you know how a lot of people believe that Buddhism or Lord Buddha's teachings or the Dhamma has a focus on suffering, right? And a lot of people believe that all he spoke about was suffering, which is actually not true, you know. So he used the word dukkha, and the actual meaning of that Pali word is not suffering, but unsatisfactoriness. So that's what he was talking about. So what he actually taught was the unsatisfactory nature of life and all our experiences due to the transient or impermanent nature of all phenomena which rise and fall all the time, right? They don't stay the same. We can't grasp or cling to them because everything is going to change, you know, whether we like it or not. But he never said that life is all about suffering or that, we should dwell on suffering or the concept of suffering either. In fact, what he was saying was that life is meant to be joyful, and he showed us the true and the most direct pathway towards accessing true joy, which is an inner state of being. It's not dependent on anything or anyone external to us. It's an inner state of being, which is also known as the Preetisita in Sinhalese. And he showed a very simple, direct, and a very powerful method, which is known as sati, which he, preached in his Satipatthana Sutta, and which we refer to as mindfulness. So that's the direct pathway to access this inner state of joy, which is simply to be in the here and the now, right? Whereas our mind constantly try to take us to the past or the future, or keeps us stuck in this loop of thoughts, rumination, spinning stories constantly, which creates that state of suffering, as we allude to it, or constant state of dissatisfaction, right? But he taught us how to transcend that and be in the here and the now with what arises and falls. And that is the state where we can actually access that state of inner joy or true joy, which is a real state of bliss, actually. Right? So Buddha is not somebody who preached about suffering in that sense. He actually taught us how to access true joy, right? And I would like to give this example of what a joyful human he was actually. In his days, I think he would have been not only the most compassionate, unconditionally loving human, but the most joyful as well. Because Nirvana or enlightenment is that state of ultimate joy and bliss, right? And for the first time, actually, I came across a really beautiful description of Lord Buddha in this book. It's called The Essence of the Dhammapada, the Buddha's Call to Nirvana by Eknath Easwaran. I highly recommend for those of you who are interested. The way he has explained the essence of the Dhammapada in a very accessible manner. It's really beautiful, but in here, like he gives this example of Lord Buddha. I want to give the whole story, but at one point he was a little bit upset, let's say, with his disciples who were constantly, fighting with each other. And he decided to let them be, and he left to the forest for a break, because that's the gentle way in which he would teach his students. He wanted to allow them to make those realizations themselves. So he wanted to take a break, and he went to the forest. And there he met and was really supported by the elephant and the monkey. Right. So these animals, I mean, the story goes as to how they really took greatest care of the Buddha, and how they would spend the day together. And I love the description here, at one point, Eknath is describing how Lord Buddha got into the river together with the animal companions, and how they were playing together. And Lord Buddha was also like this little child, like really enjoying the time with his animal companions and friends, and I thought that depiction was really, really cute, sweet, and really beautiful, because you rarely come across such descriptions of the Buddha, who's like, of course, he's like our father, but sometimes he's made a little bit inaccessible. That's my humble opinion, for various different reasons. Of course, that doesn't mean we don't revere him. Of course, we respect and honor, this most compassionate being, the Buddha, much like any other spiritual teacher, of course. But this description, what it conveyed was how joyful he was. He was not constantly sitting and meditating and preaching all the time. I'm sure he had his moments where he was like really human, in the sense of finding joy in life, and I think that's his true message as the Buddha. He showed us how to lead a very joyful, fulfilling life, as a human being in this incarnation, right? Till we attain that ultimate blissful state of liberation, which is the ultimate joy. His teachings were about actually how to access that joy in our day-to-day life by understanding and managing, I would say, if that's the right word, because I don't want to use the word control, but yeah, more like managing our mind sphere, because it's the mind that creates the abyss, isn't it? So he showed us, how to transcend this abysmal mind, which creates heaven and hell both, I think, and find that state of true joy and happiness within, right? That's what the Buddha really taught. And it's not really about suffering. I think it's really about joy, finding true joy, peace, and unconditional love and compassion through us, within us, right? As we navigate this experience that we call life. So just wanted to share that today, with the hope that we can shift our perspective a little bit, especially if you are practicing the Dhamma, Lord Buddha's teachings, or even if you are not, to understand that this is the pathway towards true joy. And I think that shift in perspective, that reframing, really adds um, more lightness to our journey. And I feel more vitality and lightness and uh, life. It makes me want to really experience and stay grounded in the beauty of life while I walk this path of the Dhamma towards that ultimate joy. And it makes me want to live my life fully, in joy, right? So I really hope that this message helps you in some way as you journey ahead in your own path, whatever the path that you have chosen, no matter um, the teachings or the teachers you believe in. My invitation is to follow that path with joy, with a gentle smile in your heart as well as your lips, right? So wishing you all a joyous Buddha Jayanti. Okay, take good care of yourself. Bye for now.